I'm Mark Fawcett, and welcome to another episode of the Tribute Lounge. What's wrong?
I'm Mark Fawcett, and this is...
Okay, true. Sorry. Good day, I'm Mark Fawcett.
Good day.
Good day. Hello, I'm Mark Fawcett.
And I'm Shane Johnson.
And welcome to another episode. Dude, we're gonna do another episode.
Coming live from Canada.
We are going to do a Bob and Doug thing for Christmas.
It's like the South Park, the Flaphead South Park guys. What's it all about?
Terrence and Phillip.
Terrence and Phillip. What's it about? It's about another episode.
All right.
Okay. Welcome to the Tribute Lounge. I'm Mark Fawcett.
And I'm Shane Johnson.
And today we're doing the lightning round on our top 5 Freeride boards.
So we chose these observing what was selling best in store, plus what we've been riding, and it's an amalgamation of both those observations. So I feel like this is a pretty damn good list. So let's start with number 1.
Number 1, our good friend, Jamie Lynn.
So LIB TECH, this comes with a ton of goodies built in. One of my favorite things, these guys have the most unique sidewall out there. It's golf ball skin in my opinion, but it's...
UHMW.
Thank you. And it's really bomb-proof. This is tough, but it also adds to a lot of really, really aggressive edge contact. It helps transfer power in and is incredibly lightweight at the same time. Shape of this board, Mark, is it's kind of similar to the old Titty Fish he had, but a little bit more aggressive now. Pretty straight side cut.
Really straight side cut. So 8.5 to even 8.7 on the bigger sizes, and 9, I think, even on the 166. This board comes in a few different lengths. With that straight side cut, he's also has no magnet traction. There's no magnet traction in this board, so it was one of the only boards in the Livegnu lineup where they let Jamie just say, hey, I didn't want to do it, and it's not in there. So I kind of personally like that super clean look of it. It's also for a 156 at 25.9. It's a good width.
I'm super underfoot. Yeah,
I'm into wide boards.
Underfoot.
I'm into well, I wouldn't even call them wide boards anymore. I'd call them. I think the standard of board widths is increasing, and he is leading that charge for sure.
Mm-hmm. We have triax glass in this, and obviously very directional board. You'll see it's you're going to get a lot more nose than tail. As with most everything we've kind of chosen in this, it suits our backyard. And
C3 camber.
C3
so really
camber.
Traditional camber. As you can see, those clean round lines. I really like them, and this is what Jamie grew up on, essentially. This would look a lot like some of the older boards.
Mellow rocker, boosty camber, and then mellows out at the nose and tail. Killer Freeride board, definitely in our top 5. And number 2 in our top 5.
The Jones Stratos. So this was a newer board to the Jones lineup 3 years ago, I believe. Mm-hmm. And we both rode this board at a demo
at Big White,
and we're like, oh boy, you gotta go ride this thing. It was unreal.
I loved it.
And it seems to be a rep favorite as well. It's got a lot of the pedigree from the Jones, so there's actually some really slight magnet traction bumps in there, like super, super slight. Obviously, mega directional. One of the things I really liked about this, the flex core thickness profile, really meaty in behind that back and into and behind that back foot. And like the tail just felt great. I could just jump on it and stand on it, and it was super predictable and supportive.
Cool thing with this too, the insert pack gives you the added setback, so you can really get in the back seat, which I did at Big White. We had a little bit of powder, it wasn't crazy, but the 3D contour in the nose I could actually get into understanding how that really works and how that plows through POW and just gets you on edge so much easier than before. Really, really fun board, and absolutely want this in my quiver.
Yeah. Completely. And one of the other things I really felt, because I wrote a lot of groomers that day on it too, the carbon torsion X's in here in the front and back foot really made a big difference. Like the board just continues to drive. When you tip, the more you tip it up on edge, like the harder and harder and harder it goes. It doesn't flex away on you like a lot of boards. So yeah, Jones Stratos, super solid. Width-wise, a little narrower than maybe some of our other boards, but I didn't really have
25.4 on the 56.
And I didn't have a problem with that.
No, me either.
It seemed to work really well.
Yep, definitely in the top 5.
Next up, a board line that like really took off for us last year, Karua.
Absolutely, yep. Love these guys. Everyone out over there in Europe, these are great dudes. I love having email conversations with them, and yeah.
As you can see, this particular one got a lot of use too. We've been using it a lot.
Yeah, a couple of these you'll see that they have been in the demo fleet. They have been on the show before. So yeah, the 61 Auto, you know this a little better than me. I'm more of a cafe guy when it comes to Karua. So.
I love the cafe racer too.
I'm more cafe.
But yeah, this is definitely like their most versatile board. The board that looks the most like a twin. It's definitely still directional in the differential between tip and tail length. There's no taper in this. It is 26.8 wide for the 161, so like quite wide. It's the widest out of the ones we've selected. Just simplicity. Not a lot of crazy bells and whistles.
That's what these guys are
That's what they're all about.
Yeah.
Every one of the boards has a red base, and it's actually, it flies. It's really quite fast, good durable base. They've done a really good job. They spent a lot of time on that core thickness profile. Once again, quite beefy under the feet. Definitely had a blast with it. Again, with that width, like I could tip it over so far, not have to worry about my toes and heels dragging.
You were moving on
which
this
is
thing.
Great.
This is a race-ready base.
Oh yeah.
These are no joke.
Yeah, no,
like
it cooks.
Yeah,
it cooks.
Absolutely.
And just really like them.
The Korua OTTO 6.1. On to the next.
The Burton ShowStopper from the family tree line.
This one we've both ridden a fair bit, and for good reason. This is one of my favorite boards Burton's come out with in a long time. If you know family tree, most of us do by now, it's definitely backcountry focused, freeride focused, all mountain focused. This has kind of a throwback to some old styling that I love. I just think they shape the nose and tail great, but incredibly light, really quick edge to edge, and one of the boards that I considered to be a quiver killer. I would use this in a 58. I'd go a little bigger than I should, but I would take this board in a 58 and ride it for damn near anything.
Yeah, I was really shocked with this board. It has a little bit of the foundations of the old Malolo, actually,
yeah, totally.
But with a lot of updated technology. Of course, the Burton channel. What I found was it's really nimble. So like super, like considering it's not super narrow actually either. It's 26.5 on the 158.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how quick I could turn it. It has quite a tight side cut radius. So within this lineup, the Jamie Lynn has the straightest. This one actually has the tightest side cut radius.
Yep.
And you know, a core depth over 2 centimeters where the Jamie's under 2 centimeters. This also has a lot of taper. Of the bunch, this actually has the most taper too.
Yeah, it'd be similar to the Stratos, but this probably has a little more
This has
taper
a little bit
than
more.
the Stratos, yeah.
And
set back though with a rockered nose like the Stratos did.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But I loved this board. It's just killer in the trees.
Yeah.
Killer
in the family
trees.
tree line, I was pretty happy to see this new deck for sure. And on to the last.
The CAPiTA Mercury.
Number 5.
So this one's actually the most sort of I guess, freestyle looking. Even though it is a directional board,
Yeah,
it's really only directional by a slight setback of the core. But I tell you what I liked about this, and this isn't something that I would normally gravitate to just by shape, because I love like very directional boards just for hard charging backcountry stuff. But I loved the feel of this board and how light it was. Made it
And stable
made
for
it
light.
a blast. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, so you know your supportiveness to weight ratio, this thing's killer. And I didn't have any qualms about how it carved. I wasn't getting toe and heel drag. It had that width, so they have some of that more modern dimensions for people
And
that actually
float.
have feet.
And float too, right?
And it floated. I had it in a wide variety of conditions, and this thing was great.
So this Mega Merc is a 157 cm, has a 25.7 waist, and actually no taper at all. But I would still choose this for a massive POW day, no problem.
No problem. Just
problem.
based on that construction and that light feel, this board, oddly, by looking at it,
Well.
works super well as an all-mountain board.
It's not necessarily the oddball in the lineup we've chosen, but it's the little bit more freestyle oriented of the bunch.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mega Merc it's a powerful tool.
And the
It's a really
CAPiTAs
good board.
The CAPiTAs always come with premium bases that are pre-stone ground. So it's the
Yeah,
only company out there that I know of that come with a really beautiful base finish. So the thing really cooks.
So that's our top 5 for the start of the season. We've ridden most of these decks, and we would agree that those kind of fall into our top 5 for sure. So, you know, leave a response below, ask us a few questions, let us know what you'd like to see going forward. And again, thanks for subscribing. We're going to be bringing more your way very soon.